Okay, no problem. So I will go. So this is the famous framework. I think now you know this framework better than me and Vimal. So we have the total TQM framework is six modules, right? Six modules and 10, five areas in the house, right? The first module is introduction to TQM. Then the second module is the first one of here, the roof, then foundation, then number three, the first pillar, process pillar, then number four or the fifth module, number four pillar is the employee involvement and continuous improvement. So that is the one today we are discussing. Because last week we discussed, actually Rohan discussed with you the employee involvement, and today I'll go through the continuous improvement. So next 3 weeks we will go through the last pillar, leadership pillar. So that is how we are at the end of the program. So today we are finishing the people pillar also, right? Okay. And shall we write as usually what are the three outcomes of the session, right? So we'll 1 minute for the session, write down. First one is understand the Kaizen concepts. We'll write, have a small note on your handout. First one, understand this one, understand the Kaizen. So we'll discuss a little bit about this Kaizen or continuous improvement. In your handout, you just have a small note. Right. Then we'll move into there are other tools in quality improvement. So we will discuss the other tools also. That's the second objective. These are a little bit advanced tool. That is why we make it separately. Other advanced tool for quality improvements. So remember there's a word called the advanced. This word. All right. Hope you have done. Then the last one, introduction to the craftsmanship, right? That may be a new word for someone, but maybe it's not new, but we will understand what is the craftsmanship and its approach to beyond the AQL, right? It is not for the AQL, it's beyond the AQL. So that one, these are the high level 3 learning outcomes. So I'll give another 30 seconds to write down the third objective of the day, or we call the outcome of the day. Right, these are the three. First one, Kaizen concepts, and what are the other lean tools available around the world to improve the quality. And lastly, we will go through the craftsmanship. This is module number 5. If you take the module wise, because our first module, first module is introduction to TQM. Modules wise, actually the module wise there are 6 modules. In TQM house there are 5 areas. Thank you. Good question. Here we go. The first one. Right, the Kaizen concepts, right? So we'll go. What is the Kaizen? Actually, the note already in your handout. Just discuss. We'll discuss. Right? Kaizen, very simply, I think all of you may heard it, but I will go through what is these concepts, right? So in this a Kaizen concept. Kai mean change and the sen mean good. That is the Japanese meaning of these two words. So that means simply the change for good. Right? It's actually when we started this Kaizen, it will be like a tool of lean. But when you go deep and deep, it's not a tool, it's a philosophy. Because a lot of companies use Kaizen without applying lean concepts, right? So they have taken only the Kaizen out, and lot of company around the world they use Kaizen and 5 years only, right? Or that is why they call the continuous improvement process. You may heard about this lean also in another way, continuous improvement department, CI department. Likewise, people discuss about the same thing, right? So it's a Japanese philosophy that focus on there are 3 bold letters are right, so words are there: continuous, incremental improvements. It's about the continuous improvement, it's not a one time action. So that is what the Kaizen meaning in Japanese, right? It is all about making small manageable changes that lead to significant long term results. Every Kaizen or continuous improvement effort, or let's say activity or action, should be support for the long-term results. That is the important part. Remember, doing a Kaizen is not an event. That's why I call it's a long-term journey, long-term understanding of the people. Very simply, it's called the Kaizen culture. Right? That is the normal way. Right. I hope you have little bit got some idea about the concept called Kaizen, and this is really important. Actually, something about this what you call the relationship or the responsibility of the level of Kaizen, level of the organization hierarchy. This we discuss in yellow belt little bit more, and we have another in the courses we discuss about this one, and especially this is the area we hardly discuss in the black belt session. One of the key topic of black belt, right? We'll go through this small chart and understand what is this small chart. Now, the topic where we mention is who do the Kaizen. Right? If you ask who need to do the Kaizen, so no doubt it's everyone of the organization. But it's everyone, even though in everyone the responsibility has little bit is a little bit different. Right. So normally we'll take this one from the bottom and we'll understand what is this one. Right. Okay, you can see down here, you will see the levels of the management. Let's say we have a hierarchy of the company, and these are the levels. So worker means the value-added person or the operator. And the supervisor, we can put the supervisor as a team leader, group leader level. Normally, it will become a staff level, not the executive level. And when we go to the middle management, it's called the executive to a executive manage AMO that level. Then the top management mean manager and above. It may be that based on the company hierarchy, it will be a general manager, maybe director, maybe CEO. That is the top management, right? So this is, let's say, they are daily task. Let's say what they need to do it, right? That represent in this total area. Let's assume this a day. So when you can see, this is another good word called the maintenance. Maintenance mean very simply, you can write it down in another word. It's called the daily task or work for today. Right? So daily task, the work for today. This is called work for today. Right? If you have the time, let's say this is a timeline. Let's say this is 8 hours. We'll understand. So you can see the team members. It's around 7.5 for maintenance, that means daily task. And let's say this is zero point 0.5 hours, this is for the Kaizen. That is what is the meaning here. Right, we'll go. Now, you see here, that means what the team member or the operator or the worker, or their main job is to add value to the product. Or they need to run their STW, standard work. That is their main. And at the same time, they have a very small time or small responsibility, they need to do Kaizen too. Or they need to give suggestions to the management, to their direct leaders, that means team leader, group leaders, about the improvement that they see to improve their job role. I repeat again. Now here, the team member level, the operator level, what they need to do here, they can do Kaizens. They do Kaizens. If you go to the Toyota, I think CK also been to Toyota. So you see that team members also doing Kaizens, right? So at what time they do Kaizen? End of their shift, some people stay and they do Kaizens, right? And their another job is, right, if they don't have a time, they don't have resources, knowledge, they give suggestions to the top management or their team leader, group leader to improve their job role. That is the important one, right? So if I am operator, I am a team member. I said my management, my operation now I am doing like this. But if I can do the operation in a different way or like this, right? So I can do my operation with a better quality or the low cycle time. So that idea being given to the leaders, supervisor, team leader, group leader. And what the supervisor group leaders does was they do this Kaizen or this idea session and they try implement it, right, in a pilot area. And when it gets succeed, then it's in roll out to all the area. It's called the Yokotan. There's a technical Japan word for this one called the Yokotan. This, if you anyone want to write it down, please make it small note, right? It's called Yokotan. Here I type it on my chat box. What is Yokotan mean? Replicating the same improvement into the similar areas. That's called the Yokotan. Right. Okay. So that is team leaders, what team leaders does. Right. Then you can see here, now we'll go to the team leader level or the supervisor level. Now this is when you take their day, right? So they need to work for the today, and there's another area they need to work for tomorrow or for the Kaizen. It's called the tomorrow Kaizen. That means they need to use more time for Kaizen than the team member. Right. Then it's go to the middle management, let's say executive and above. Maybe more, you also there, right? So it's maybe executive, senior executive, and management also there, right? You can see here, now their work for today, it's getting lesser, less and lesser, and they need to do Kaizans here, right? So it's around 40% of the management need to think about the new improvement of their processes. Right? And there's another things comes, innovation comes to the top level management. Right? It's like a 10%. Right? Now that is how it should be the management. That means, let's say if we do, right? So daily, if you have a firefighting, that is the normal word we discuss in our office, right? Firefighting. Firefighting mean we are in here. Right? This is called the firefighting area. Why? Because we are working for a today something, because today shipment not go, product problem, quality problem, delivery problem, right? Something here. So we are fighting to here. Because of we do a lot of firefighting, we don't have a time to do this one. That is what it's happened to the normally the middle management. Right? So therefore, these people, I mean the middle management, they don't have to improve their process or they don't have a time to think for innovation. So that means they are working as a supervisors in the organization. Maybe some people working as a worker. Yes, in the position they are in the management, but in the concepts of the lean daily management, they are working like a supervisor because they don't have a time to think because of the daily problems, right? That is why the lean support you for this, what you call the firefighting become a happy time. Then you have a time to improve the process, then you have to innovate your process, right? So that is what it's happening. Right, then we go to the top management, you will see they are working for today. Follow-up today sessions are very less. And they have more Kaizen time, plus they have more innovation time. That means they need to think more for next 2 years. That's we call the LRP, right? Long range plan, they need to be work today, right? And they need to be give some ideas or they need to work for the improvement of the processes. And actually they are working for today. So this is a wonderful table for to understand where you are and where you should be. Maybe currently you are here, but sorry, my best. But you need to be working in this area, right? So you are here maybe today, but please go to here. That is what it means. So that is where the Kaizen is. That means what it means. We need to Kaizen mean we need to improve our processes every day. Simple as that. That is why it's called the incremental change. Simple as that, right? So just I understand yourself how much time you use daily to daily work, to Kaizen and innovation. Then you can understand whether you are in a lean leader or not. These called the lean leaderships. Fundamental of lean leadership, right? There are a lot of, but these are the fundamental. Anyway, so this is simply about the leadership daily work for Kaizen. But we will learn this one if you do black belt. You will learn more and more about the leadership part in lean. Yes. Okay, right. Thank you. Very simply, I'll repeat the last sentence what I mentioned here. Right. Okay. So this is very good for everyone to understand about yourself. Let's say if today you can recall the today, how many times you work for the today firefighting here, and how many times you used to improve the processes, and how many minutes you used to innovate your processes or the product or your area. Right? Based on that, you can understand are you work today as a middle management supervisor worker level. This is discuss about the Kaizen, Kaizen, how we need to do. That means very simply, what is the message of here? Everyone need to do Kaizen. That is the simple message of this graph. Right. Okay. I'll go through a little bit about the different type of Kaizen, right? The Kaizen, maybe Tilina knows, right? The people who has already done the yellow belt with us, we have already discussed about all these things, right? So don't worry. Others like Yasir know this one, Tilina knows this two things, right? This is because this is quality course, not the yellow belt course. But I need to mention about because you need to know about the Kaizen as well. Now, in the Kaizens, we can mainly categorize into two areas, right? So one we call the primitive Kaizens and other one we call the advanced Kaizen. This is on your handout, so no need to write it down just to understand, right? In primitive Kaizen mean very small Kaizen, let's say Kaizen, there are no big or small Kaizen mean Kaizen, but let's say to just for understand, okay? Primitive Kaizen, there are two Kaizens we can identify. One called the point Kaizen and another one called the Gemba Kaizen. These are the two type of Kaizens we can categorize into the primitive Kaizen. And there are another Kaizens called the advanced Kaizens, right? Or sometimes people call this one called the Kaizen events. Okay. So here we have mentioned the let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Kaizen. Let's say 5-day Kaizen is like one of our Kaizen concepts, right? And there's another Kaizen called the Kaikeku Kaizen, right? And Kaikoku mean the breakthrough, right? If you ask what is the meaning of Kaikoku mean breakthrough, that's a Japan word. And there's another Kaizen called Kobetsu Kaizen. This Kaizen comes in TPM. TPM, that means total productive maintenance. We are focusing more to the machinery, but not only the machinery, but more in machinery, right? So there we discuss about the Kobetsu Kaizen. And there's another Kaizen called the Karakuri Kaizen. We will show you some example what is the meaning of Karakuri, right? This is Japan word. And another Kaizen started from the IT industry. It's called become the it start from the US, Western country. So that is why it's called the hackathon. Maybe you have heard it. And there's another special Kaizen used in Toyota. It's called the logistic Kaizen. They have separately doing the logistic Kaizens. They have not put this logistic Kaizen into the normal categories, right? So these are the some examples for advanced Kaizen, right? Okay. So anyone has heard about these Kaizens? Please, can you unmute and you can just discuss or you can use the chat box.
Gemba and Point Kaizen we know, but that advanced Kaizen's TPM's word also we know and what are the total product maintenance.
Yeah.
And others words are not heard.
Okay, in TPM Prasanna, there are 8 pillars. One pillar is Kobetsu Kaizen. We call the focus improvement.
Uh-huh.
That's another separate. And it's not a AMPM. There's another separate pillar for focus improvement called the Kobetsu Kaizen. How about the others? I think CK already knows, but because I know CK. How about the other people? Helita knows maybe. Anyone who knows this, all the Kaizens?
Yes, the point Kaizen and Gemba Kaizen we know, but other advanced Kaizen don't know.
No, right. Okay, good. How about the others? Veranti, how about you?
Yes, sir, I know. That's why I work with MS now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right. Even MS, we are not doing all these kaizans, right? Based on the area, based on the problem, we are doing this kaizen, right? Not all. Let's say if you take the Kobetsu kaizen, why we do the Kobetsu kaizen? Kobetsu kaizen we are not doing every day, so that is a specific time you need to do the Kobetsu kaizen, right? We don't want to do every day. We are not doing like 5-day kaizen. And Karikuri Kaizen, I have not seen in Sri Lanka. Maybe please tell me, I will give you some example. So we'll go through the example. Maybe you are using, but I have not seen Karikuri Kaizen in Sri Lanka. Hackathon, yes, we have done it. I also been in Hackathon. Previously, we did it. And Logistic Kaizen also we have done. Okay, so these are the Kaizen, little bit about what you call the different type of Kaizens, right? So if you tell, right, if I tell I am a Kaizen champion, right? If I know Kaizen very well, that means you need to know all these Kaizen. Then we can tell, okay, I know Kaizen, I am a Kaizen champion. No, that's the way, right? That means we have a lot to learn in the Kaizen, right? So we'll go through one by one very slowly, right? Okay, so Kaizen management process, ladies and gentlemen, please understand this one very well, because you will be definitely there are one or two questions for the final exam in this Kaizen management process, right? So that means please be keen about to learn this one, right? Where we start. First one, the Kaizen is very simply the continuous improvement. It will be start from idea from someone, right? Here, idea generation. Some person or operator or maybe you will get some idea first comes in your mind. Okay, if I do this one in another way or another way, I can improve this process, right? So we'll get some idea. That is the first phase. Then what happened? Then then what we do is we implement this idea, right? There's idea, okay, if I fix this one, if I change this table, example, let's say if I change this table, I can get more productive. So that is an idea. Then what we do is you actually change the table, right? That is idea, you implement it. Then you check the results, because here what we do here is this is a hypothesis. This is called hypothesis making. That means the idea, I think, that's called hypothesis always. I think if I do like this, there can be an improvement. Then you test this hypothesis. That's called the implement. And you check whether your hypothesis getting okay or not. Now, example, you think if I change this table in 90 degrees, there will be a process improvement or that operation improvement, cycle time improvement. Then you change it, the table. Then you check, okay, whether the process, that means the productivity has improved or not. Right. There is then what happened? Then actually what we do is you check the hypothesis. This hypothesis, or your idea, right? And if your idea get okay, that means if a process improved, then what you do is we document the Kaizen. And as a company, we need to reward it for the Kaizens. That means their ideas. Then what we do is we cannot just finish it. Then we need to establish a process to sustain the new change. Otherwise, you normally, let's say the table, you change the table, you work it, and you cannot go home. Let's not finish it here. We document it, and there should be a Kaizen sustainable process. This one. This can be a process audit, or this can be a, like when I was there in previously, right, MAs, what we do is like how we check the Kaizen sustainable process. We randomly take 10 Kaizens of the previous month, and we go to the place and check whether these Kaizens are currently they are using the same way, improved version. Right? If we see, okay, currently they are using the same improved version, that means we are okay. And sometimes they are not using the improvement, they may go back to the previous process. That one day, then we need to identify why the operator or the team member go to the previous process. Maybe new process is not sweet for them. Maybe it's easy, not easy. Previous process is easy for them. So you need to understand why the improved process not happen. You need to solve the problem. So that is called the Kaizen normal process, right? Then we start again. You ask some idea, then implement, then check, then what you call the document, and they check the sustainability. We call the Kaizen governance system. If you want the technical word, please write it down. This is called the Kaizen governance system. right? This going every day. So we need to do every day. This is called the Kaizen management process. Understand how it's happened? Got the point? Please take yes. If you got idea of this process, yeah, please. Yes, in chat box. Okay, thanks, Dhananjay. Right, here we go. Right, we'll see some example here. Now this is, you have seen our normal in the car park. We see there are when you reverse the car park, there are this kind of edges for driver to identify the car should be stopped here. Right. Can anyone suggest a Kaizen here? What do you think? Any idea how to improve this process? This is normal way now. If you go everywhere, yeah, yes.
I think one block will also serve the purpose. No need for the two.
That means this.
Yeah.
You take out one.
Yeah, I will take out one.
Okay, right. We'll see, right? Now here the same. Thanks. Good answer, right? Now you see. Now this is a picture. You take out one, but it serves the purpose. Now the good thing here is, let's say this is, if you to make this one with the concrete or somewhere, you need a lot of money. Now let's say you have 100 car park slots in your car park, right? If you remove one, that means you remove 100 concretes blocks. So how much is the savings? So that is called simply the Kaizen. So this is what we need to understand about the Kaizen, right? If you do Kaizen, right, there should be a saving improvement. Maybe the quality, maybe the cost, there should be improvement. Okay, we'll go to another one. Now, this is Kaizen. Now we'll go through, there's a small video, right? You see the, what you call this turtle. Turtle is the second slowest animal in the world. Now my question, this is not a lean question. Who is the slowest animal in the world? Land animal. No?
Government office.
Oh, let's forget the government office, the animal. The turtle
is a snail.
Yeah, snail, yeah. Snail is the slowest animal. Turtle is the second slowest. Now, you know, when we born, not we, na, even the, thanks, snail. So maybe 1,000 years, 10,000 years from until now, this is snail, sorry, my bad. Turtle is the slowest animal. Now, you cannot change it, no? Right? But here, see the Kaizen, what they have done to improve the whole, this process, right? I'll play the video. Right? So, what is your idea? That's a nice. What is your idea? Please. I need your feedbacks about this small funny video regarding to the Kaizen. Na? Anyone like to share? You can unmute.
Idea is the efficiency.
Perfect. Efficiency. Yeah, please, others, please.
Make the surface more easy to run, more faster, I think.
Very good. Another idea, please. Regarding the Kaizen mindset. Let's say Kaizen mindset, you have watched this video. What do you think? Yeah, speed the process, support for the perform faster and better. Yeah, that's the idea. No? Now, let's say even. Yeah, Dylan.
Lowest cost option.
Very good. Very lowest cost, right? But they improved the productivity. Let's say the productivity, it may be 100 times the data. Let's say the previous speed and the current speed of this turtle, it's maybe 100 times. Right? By using that small board, right? How much of productivity improvement you can see here. It is out of the box thinking. We never think, right? We never think to improve the speed of this what you call this turtle, but even we can do it, no? So that means if we can, simply what we mean, Even if we can improve the speed of turtle, so why we cannot speed the process? That is what you need to think about. But the only different answer is, but we not think the outside box. So that outside box thinking called Kaizen mindset. It is not comes everyone. If I can tell this one, if you take, maybe it's not come for everyone's mind. So it's very difficult to change your traditional mindset into Kaizen mindset. So but we need to do it, right? So this simple example. Okay, I'll show you very within 1 minute what is this meaning of the karikuri kaisa. Karikuri mean in Japan words the gravity. So in this is in here we'll go through the video, right? You can go through the internet and see a lot of karakuri kaisans, right? Without energy, using gravity, they move the products, right? So this is called the karikuri kaisan. In this video, there are no motors, nothing, only the gravity they use. Right, so that's called the Karikuri Kaisa, right? So I have actually, that's why I said I have not seen this one in Sri Lanka, but when I was in Toyota, I have seen many Karikuri Kaisans, right? If anyone been to Toyota, definitely you know what I mean. So these are very famous Kaisan now in Toyota and the West and these countries because it does not need any energy. Normally we need motors or electricity or anything. So here no energy. So that is the sustainable Kaizen, sustainability Kaizen, right? That's simply about the Kaizen now. Let's say to improve the TQM means always we need to improve our process day and night. We need to improve our quality process because in TQM we discuss about the quality, right? So we need to have a right management system to do the Kaizen, always simply the continuous improvement ever. Organization, right, in here to improve the quality. So that is another tool we discuss about the quality improvement. That's called the Kaizen. Right, we'll move to the next one called the Deming cycle. Right, so another tool we use in TQM, this is called that little bit advanced tool, Deming cycle, or simply we call the PDCA. Right, I'm sure everyone has heard this word. Have you heard it? Please type yes. Have you heard PDCA?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Others, please use yes. Then I know you know this word. It's called the PDCA, plan, do, check. Right? Actually, this PDCA, we call the Deming cycle because of the doctor, right, father of quality, Dr. Edward Deming, for to support him. We call it, that's why it's called the Deming cycle. It's the same way it's called the PDCA. That's the tool we are using, right? This will be start around 1920s to 1950s. This process got improved. So that is the concept we learned today. And another one most important thing, I have actually written on a handbook also, right? This is important. Now, this been started in around 1920s. But now this is 2025 now, almost around 100 years old concept, but still we are using. That is the beauty of this concept, the thinking, right? Why I have written it here? Why? Because this tool or these concepts, right? We can use this one anywhere in the world, any industry. It doesn't matter the service or the manufacturing, anywhere, right? And in not only the manufacturing, and it will be useful still, the concept, right? That is why this is still running in many organizations, right? It will never die. Even it's still now 105 years almost around old, but we are still using, not everywhere, no, even go to the Toyota, everywhere we can see the people are using this concept, right? That is really wonderful tool to improve our quality process, right? This is a little bit advanced tool. When we go to the Deming cycle, please write it down, what we can do here, right? You have simple empty boxes. The same photo is there. Please write it down. Now it is start from plan. No? Start from here. Plan, do, check. What is plan mean? In this stage, that the first stage, we identify what is the problem we are going to solve. Right? We identify the problem. It can be through data. We can, okay, now we'll see, okay, last month we have some kind of, let's say, some kind of a oil leakage is the biggest problem in our factory. So that is our problem. Because you can measure it with the numbers, or you can have some machine breakdown. So in my company, this type of machines, we have the highest breakdown in my company. Maybe 20, let's say 1,000 hours breakdown was reported last month in one type of machines. That is the problem what we need to understand. Then let's go the plan here. Then actually do, that's a different little bit understand, right? Then what we do is try out solutions. Now here we understand the problem and formulate the hypothesis. That means what are the things we can do. Then in do phase, we implement what are our ideas or our actions in a pilot area. Remember this word. Maybe if you have a problem with the machines, you implement your idea in a one machine or one section. That is called the tryout performance. Small area or the pilot area, pilot machines, that's called the do. Then check mean same way, then we check the results. Simply we mention it, check what happened. Please write it down now while I'm talking. Then we check what happened because we have implemented some actions. Then what happened, the results. Did you get the results or not? It cannot. So sometimes you do something, you not get the results. Can be happen. That is why it's called the check. Then if you get the results, okay. If you not get the results, we need to identify the solution. Okay, this action not give the solution. Then what you need to do is adjustment. If you get the results, what will happen? You launch it. Let's say why we do this one. I rub it away. Here we do pilot area. Then you check. If it succeed, you launch into the total area. If not succeed, you implement action. You not get the results, you readjust the process. And you go again this cycle. That is it. That's called the PDCA cycle. Plan, do, check, adjust, or act. Right? Once you get the solution, normally what we do is we document the solutions and roll out. So that is called the Deming cycle. Right. And Deming cycle is a wonderful tool in our organization to improve the process. Right. This is called the continuous improvement, Kaizen, continuous improvement. What we do is we have a problem, right? We do the Deming cycle and we solve it. But we cannot tell we end up improvement. Then what we need to do is we need to go further. That this is the Deming cycle. But if we don't have something like this to hold this improvement, our process again become to the previous. That is why when we do the PDCA, once we succeed, we need to standardize the process, or we need to incorporate the new standards into our standard worksheet or SOP or something. Then once we improve standard, then we can move this one. And we again act and do check and adjust. If we succeed, standardize, move forward. Again is going here, standardize, move forward. Now, I know a lot of companies in the world, we are doing a lot of PDCA, VDCA. But what happened finally after 2 months? What happened? We are in the same place because we have not standardized our good stories here. So when we do problem solving, or we call the Deming cycle, PDCA, the results should be standardized, right? Then you can move forward. Simply what we call do the PDCA, standardize. Do the PDCA, standardize. Do the PDCA, standardize. That means we can improve the process. Even for the quality problem, do the same thing. Do 5i or something, improve PDCA, improve, go there. Then do again, improve, go there. So day by day, we can improve the process. So that is the remember again, right? This standardization is the tool that hold this improvement. Otherwise, what happens? This will go back, right? So that's the important part. And wonderful. Now this is started as a tool in 1920s to 1950. If I ask, is it a tool or PDCA thinking? What is your idea? Is it really a tool? What do you think? Any idea, Benedict? Isuru, what do you think? Is it a tool?
I think it's a thinking.
It's a thinking. Okay, good. How about Benedict? Yeah, Benedict, you unmute, but we cannot hear. Tanuja, what do you think? Prasanna?
Hello? It is tool.
Sorry?
It is tool.
It's a tool, no? Right, okay. So that's what. No? Now we'll go through the next one, then you can understand it's a tool or not. Now here, the tools and method built on PDCA. Now these concepts, this PDCA concept, right? It will be used in many lean tools. Very simply start from 5S. Right? So 5S, you identify the problem and you are asking why, and you develop countermeasures or action. So you can see there, P, plan stage is there, then do stage is there. Then you check with the graph whether if you do the 5S, right? I think you know the 5S with that hypothesis I'm discussing. Then we check whether we get results using 5S, right? 5i. That's called the check. If we have not get the results, we go again and do the 5i. So that means the 5S, 5i also a PDCA tool. Now simply the A step, right? That's a next little bit advanced tool than the 5i. And the 8D, there's another tool, very famous tool. 8D, that's very old tool. And A3, another concepts of PDCA, right? Kaizen, even the 5-day Kaizen, Kobetsu Kaizen, internally, the approach of these Kaizens, this advanced Kaizen is PDCA. And very simply, I don't know whether you have heard it about the standard worksheet. And the standard worksheet also built using the PDCA concept, right? So that is why it's called PDCA is not a tool. PDCA is a way of thinking. Now these are tools. These are tools, right? PDCA is a thinking pattern, the understanding way of thinking. Yes, thank you. Oh, yes, Isuruni, yes. What is the difference between 8D? Like, actually 8D and 8-step is two different concepts, right? 8D, there are like 5S, there are 5S, we have 5 words, no? 8D, there are 5 steps of problem solving that all these steps start with the D, word of D, like define, likewise, you can go through later. In internet, YouTube and everywhere, you can understand the 8D if you know the problem solving tool, but it's not 8-step, right? There are no problem breakdowns in 8D. That is another tool. Thank you, Isruni. Thanks for asking. I like you asking. So, right. So that is the PDCA. Always we need to do the concept of PDCA, how we plan, how we do, how we check, and how we act to improve our quality process, right? Day by day. That is what's called the quality management. And right, so we'll go. Thank you. Thanks for asking. And before interval, we'll go through very fast about the DMAC process. Very simply, we can call the DMAC in Six Sigma. This is a tool we are using. Right? Six Sigma normally, I know there are Six Sigma black belt holders. They are like Halita is a black belt holder. I know. Anyone has done the Six Sigma, please? Just have a small note in our chat box. Have you followed? I'm not asking any question. Just if you followed, yeah, yes, Dhananjay, you have done. Anyone has done Six Sigma? Halita, I know. Afsal, no, okay. Please, yes or no? Go fast, go fast, go fast. What about others? Yes or no? Right, okay, so thank you, thanks for your feedbacks. I'm going fast, right? So the Six Sigma is another tool, right, to improve, start it from improve the quality of the function, right? There's another tool like a step. This is another problem solving tool, right? It's another systematic approach. In Six Sigma, the tool what we use to improve the quality called the DMAC. What is DMAC? Define, you can see, measure, analysis, improve, control. This is a 5-phase improvement, 5-phase project. Like A step, we have 8 steps. 8D, we have another 8 steps. Like in DMAC, Six Sigma, we have a 5-step process. Right? But here a little bit different is that we are using the data. It's a data-driven system, or we call the statistical problem solving technique, or we call the problem solving tool. Right? The goal of Six Sigma, DMAC, remember here, to achieve the perfect quality, targeting only 3.4 defects per million opportunities. Right? That means if we take 1 million of defects opportunities, we need to have only 3.4 defects. That much of very small type of defect, right? We'll go. This is the Six Sigma process, or called the DMAIC approach. DMAIC, just remember, because this is a big course, like you need to do I will explain a little bit in the later slide, right? So each phase, there are phases, right? 5 phases. What we need to do each and every phase, it's mentioned here. Right, so in the define phase, we need to understand the team, or what problem we are going to solve, right? So we need to understand the project plan, and we need to get the VOC, remember, voice of customer, right? Kano model or another SciPoc, we can use the model, and we need to make a plan, right? So that's called the D phase. Then measure phase, there are something, right? We need to document, collect data and the projects, and analyze. We need to, with the data, we need to analyze what happened, identify the root cause, what are the problem, and we need to remove the waste. When you go to the improve places, we need to generate the solution. That means the ideas, and we use it. Solution. We use the solution in a pilot area and action plan. Then control mean after we get the solution, we are making a control way or the management system, how we can sustain the improvement we have done it here, and validate the project benefit. These are the 5 phases. We are going from here to here, right? But this one, I know it's very easy for me to tell, but to go from each and every phase from here to here, we need to have a lot of data analysis. This is totally a work with the data, right? It's a statistical process. So normally it's called the, like Six Sigma, normally we call the statistic people's tool, right? So everyone cannot do Six Sigma because we need to understand this one, the concept, right? It's not like lean. It's a bit difficult for people to know, because you need to know statistic. You need to know how to use the statistic tools, softwares like SPSS or like Minitab. Right? So normal Excel, we cannot do it, very difficult. So therefore you need to know a statistic, then you need to know software tools. The people only can solve this, use this method, right? Little bit difficult note, but if you know the process, DMAC, it is wonderful tool, right? Now how it's happened, this is called the D. Please just to understand this word only, no need to understand more until you do this course, right? It's called the DPMO. defect per million opportunities, right? So here we can see number. That is why it is called the Six Sigma. The objective is go to Six Sigma. Sigma means this Sigma, right? If you do this word, right? The alpha, beta, gamma, sigma, that's Sigma word, right? So if your company is in this level, Six Sigma level, your defect rate is this much. The Sigma level 1, if your company is Sigma level, if you take million opportunities, you have this much of defects. That means you are in a level 1. If you have this much of defects, for million, you are in a 2 Six Sigma. If you take this much of defects per million, you are in a 3 Sigma. The final goal is to take your company from to this level. If you want to understand what is the Sigma level in your company, right, you can use this tool, this formula. Later, you can go and you can analyze the last month total defects based on the number of products and the opportunities. Then you can use this formulation. Then you will get some number here, right? This is a number count. Based on this number, you can understand which Sigma level you are, that you mean your company. That is how normally it's measured, right? But it's a technical way. So what is the, if someone asks, what is lean? Very simply, lean is to eliminate waste and reduce the lead time. And what is for Six Sigma or the DMAC? DMAC is to reduce the variation. Remember the variation we discussed earlier in our previous subjects? The same thing, I teach this one, no? Variation. Reduce the variation. We have done this kind of a graph and we try to reduce. This is come with the control chart. Right? This kind of variation. Six Sigma is to reduce the variation and improve the quality. So that is the simple ask. If someone asks what is the major difference between lean and Six Sigma, lean for eliminate the waste and reduce the lead time. Six Sigma reduce the variations and improve the quality. That is the simple and easiest answer. And lean started from Toyota. Six Sigma start from Motorola company, right? So that's the two different things, right? And here we have how in Six Sigma also we can have a qualification. It's start from white belt, then go to the yellow belt, then green, black, and master black belt, right? But lean, we don't have this one. No white belt, there is no master black belt on lean. But in lean, sometimes here it's come the blue belt in between yellow and green. Right? This is the belt system. That means your qualification system from Six Sigma. Right now, I think highlight in black belt level here. And anyone in black belt, please?
Yes.
Yeah, you are black belt, ne? Right, so it's a black belt level. So that means here, oh, master black belt. In Sri Lanka, very less master black belts. Right, okay, so that's all, no? This is the Six Sigma. That's another tool to improve quality. Actually, Six Sigma we can use or every places, but it is mostly used for quality improvement. Right, so it's time, no? Yes, of course. We'll take a 5-minute break and we'll come and we'll learn other two tools we have, right? Okay, now it's 8:56 in my time, right? It's called the poke-yoke, or we call the error proofing, right? Now, this is the lean house. Throughout this program, we discuss about the TQM house, right? And there's another house called the TPM. No, sorry, my bad. It's a lean house. In lean house, there are 5 major areas. Same as we have a roof here, same as we have a foundation, we have a one pillar called the just-in-time, and we have another pillar called the Jidoka, quality pillar, and we have the people pillar, involvement pillar. These are the 5 pillars in lean. Now in Jidoka, this is the quality pillar, and we have one concept called Poka-yoke. That means that this whole pillar discuss about how we can improve quality using lean. That is what discussed in here. And here in the one area we call the Poka-yoke, or the simply in the English word is called the error proofing. right? There's another tool in Lean used to improve the quality, right? And here, shall we slowly write it down a little bit? It's in my handout. Your handout is there. You can see in here, there's a foundation. Please go to the photo. Please go to the photo. It's foundation. Foundation is 5S. Or we can use the 6S or something. Then there's called the visual display. And there's another we call the visual control. This total pyramid we call visual pyramid. Visual factory pyramid. And there's another word, it's called the BIQ pyramid. Also, we are calling for the same thing. Visual factory pyramid, that is the normal common word, and we can call it the BIQ pyramid. Now, that means very simply, right? When we improve our process, we need to go from here to here. And final stage is the error-proof stage. This is error-proof. Let's call the prevent defects and errors. This is a big learning, right? It's around 2 hours learning. We are normally discussing these subjects in our yellow belt course and our green belt, right? If anyone wish to join our yellow belt or green belt, we will go through these subjects, only this pillar or this triangle or this pyramid, about how we can improve our processes using visual factory pyramid, right? And here we'll go through a little bit error proofing. What is error proofing? We'll see, right? Now in error proofing mean simply the we are eliminating or the proof 100% proof the errors happening. And Pokayoke, there are two types of Pokayoke. Helitha knows, except the Helitha, anyone know these two types of Pokayoke? Anyone knows? Have heard this one? Pokayoke has, or error proof has two types.
Yes, I heard Yoka Poka, right?
Okay, Pokayoke, there are two types. Have you heard it?
That is no.
Okay, good. Right. So in Pokayoke, right, that means error proof, we use actually in our organization this one, right? Prevention based Pokayoke and detention based Pokayoke. This on your handout, if you have not heard, please write it down, right? So this Pokayoke, that means error proof, we will use to prevent errors happen, right? That means if there's errors happen, we use this concept to prevent it happen. That means no errors or no defect happen in the process. And the other way, you can see the detection base. That means if something happen, if some defect happen, right, this system will detect you or highlight you, there is a problem in this machine or this area. If we run this machine more, defect can be generated. Therefore, the machine automatically stops. That is called detection sound, right? It's a highlight the problem. And here, it is not only highlight, the machine automatically stop. It's not generate any defect. And here what happened, if we have not get any action, defect will be generate. It's defect detection only. Right? So here you can go, when we go down, you can see, right? It's predict something will happen, may happen. Then machine will be automatically stops. Otherwise, what happen? Defect can be happen. Therefore, if machine is stop, mean no production, no? So that's what it's happened. And it's prevent error from occurring. There is no error and defect. I think you remember when we did, Vimal has very clearly explained about the error and defect. And even my BIQ session also I explained this one. Right. And when we call the detection based error proof, right, it's warning. Okay, there can be a problem happen. If you have not get action, defect will be generated, right? Error can be happen, right? So that means we need to do some action to prevent it. In here, we don't want to action, system will be prevented. And for example, is we are putting the alarm, and right there will be alert which happened is called the detection based. So when we do error proof in our organization, some error proof are here, some error proof are here. If you take some machines, right, especially the some machines highlight something like, let's say our vehicle. Now our vehicle, what happened? Let's say the fuel, there's a fuel light indicate, right? It's a detention based one. It says okay, now your fuel is about to finish. If you have not filled the fuel, your car will be stopped within next 10 kilometers something. That means it give us an action. Please go to the fuel station and fill it. That's called the detention based program. Now prevention mean if something happen, automatically it stop. Now, what is our dashboard in your vehicle? Our dashboard is prevention based Pokayoke dashboard. It will be highlight us if we have not taken the action, there will be a defect or error can be happen. Right, that is good. We'll go to the next table and we'll understand.
So, Darshana,
Yes, please. Thank you.
the
Please ask.
seat belt alarm only detection, no?
That is
Only.
also detection. Because if you have not wear this one, if the accident happen,
Yeah.
you maybe have a die, you die, no? The last one, that is also a detection. Because it will not, that alarm will not stop your accident, no?
Yeah.
Can be happen. Yes, can be happen. It not if something happen, if accident get stopped, that means it's a prevention based error proof. Right. Good question. Thanks.
Prevention meaning that a needle detect and embroider machine likely. Prevention.
Yeah, when something happen, machine stop, no?
Stop. Yeah.
Stop mean prevention, because after that there can be any defect because machine already is stopped.
Yes.
Thank you. Good two example. Thank you both of you. Right. Then Pokayoke concept, same thing. Now in the level of Pokayoke, you can have there is the level. Right? And this is prevention based and this is detection based. Right? Right. In prevention based, right, you can see its error warning is there. Machine get stops and have a warning. Then it's got the machine or error locked. Locked mean you never get error. Right? And we can go for another level that means error free level. Some machines, let's say almost always this is engineering controls, huh? Error proof mean, right? Sometimes you can have this error lock mean if error happen, machine is stop. That means like embroidery machine. But error free mean there are no stop, right? If there are some error happen, defect happen, the machine automatically either do the rework or take it out this product from that machine, but machine runs. That means all the output it comes error free, or we'll call this very simply the defect free. That is the easiest way, no? Right. Detention where we have the alarms, right? Sometimes defect stop, right? Sometimes it will be happen, and we have a flow controls. So these are we learning further in we have another two courses. We learned this one in very hard in the our lean quality course, right? This is called the Pokayoke. We'll have some example fundamental exam. You will see we know the plug point, right? We have this earth is a bigger size is big, and this is neutral and the face, right? So this is the only way we can plug. We cannot do anything, right? This is called error proof. Because we don't have, by even mistakes of the operator, we cannot function. That is why it's called the error proof. Now let's say our SIM card. There's a small area we see, here they cut the SIM. So therefore, we cannot fix our SIM card into the phone in another way, wrong way. It automatically, we need to do only way what we can do is use this side cut mark and fix into the phone. So therefore, nothing happen to our phone when we fix the SIM card, right? And our lift also have this one, right? They have a capacity. What happen if we have more capacity in our lift? It says alarm. They have alarm saying overload, someone need to be take it out, right? So then one person need to be go out, then only it works. That's called the alarm base, right? Here they give alarm, and here no alarm, right? Only we can do it or either we cannot do it. There are only two. Here they give alarms. That's why because most of error proofs are engineering control. Those are not manual. Engineering controls are there. So why it is important here, right? So here this is what called, right? Now let's say these two are, if these two are in the same size, and it's one has current and other one is neutral. right? If these two are in the same size, you can fix in here, or you can either you will change it here. Then what happened? Your item here, there's electric item can be burned. To remove this error happened, the burning, there's a defect. What they have done is they have changed the size of this tube. Then you can fix only this way. You cannot fix this way, other way. That means even with the operator's mistake, I repeat the word, even with the operator's mistakes, if something not happened, that's called the error proof. That means proof. So that means it's irrelevant with the operator's handling. That is called the error proof. So what is the good of here? Good of here is if we can improve error proofings in our operation, quality process from product development to manufacturing, the errors happen or the defects happen in our operation or the bulk production will be eliminated, not reduce, eliminate. Right? That is why the wonderful tool, the FMEA support you. In FMEA, we identify, right, RPN, because everyone has done, then you know what we are. In RPN, we identify what are the things we need to focus. And first we need to try, can we error proof this operation or process? That means we can eliminate the errors, not reduce the error. So that is why this POKIOK is a wonderful tool using Lean to eliminate defects or eliminate errors. That will definitely then eliminate the defects. So this is a good one. So therefore, normally when we have MAs, right, what happened was we have error proofing meeting. Every week we have a meeting. So that meeting, our technical people, that means the product development, they come, the engineering people, production, safety, they come, and every day we discuss about the next month, next upcoming our products, and in there we try to identify error proof operation, and we develop the error proofing operation with the technical and engineering team. That means next month our new styles, we reduce the defects, lot of defects using error proofing. So what are the tools we use? We use the FMEA only. It's very simple. Take the FMEA and we take the error proof meeting. So that's a wonderful tool. In my my life of my previous, like around 20 years of lean journey, this is wonderful tool we use to eliminate the defects in our process, in our operation, our process, and finally is from the our product. Right?
Mr. Darshan, excuse
yeah,
me.
please. Yeah.
Do you have any example how they engage with the production line in Yokopoga?
Production line?
Yes, total line.
Yeah, in total operation, total production line, we have not done 100% error proof, but let's say some operations we get, let's say the high RPM number, right? Then those are the area we need to focus, right? Then we identify, what we do is we identify, and sometimes we develop some attachments, like some engineering control. Attachment is not a 100% error proof tool, but it's a error control tools. Right, it's a process control tool. Like this kind of attachment will come, and some automation machines we introduce. Right, in automations, I think you have heard about 3 type of automation machines are there. We'll discuss in another course.
This means, Mr. Darshana, it is not an entire line we can use in the Yokopoga.
Yeah, okay, not line run operation.
You know that if that is mean proof defect proofing.
Yes.
So the defects come in lines. So only we have the documents in the our check table. After we seen this, we know that is the defects come more that place. Example.
Yes.
So is it okay to we are using the like a 10 like a 5 card system, like using like and
these are not error proof Prasanna. These are called the control and display. This is comes here. Like this is ended, no? These are ended. Prasanna, I think have you done the our lean expert course? You have not done, right?
No.
That is why you have done only the professional.
Yes.
In expert course, we discuss about what you have already said. how we take this each and every step and improve. Like, and no, that card, 5 card, 10 card system.
Right.
These comes under here, this area. Okay, not here. This is error proof. Now your
Okay.
action is here, but this is very good. But next step is how you can error proof that one. That's the next step. You have identified. Okay, we will do when we start that course. We will explain. We'll give you the time, right? Thank
Okay,
you.
sorry for your time.
Okay. And where it start? This error proof. Actually, the error proof start in 1986. Sakichi Toyoda. That means the father of the person who start Toyota car manufacturing. He has started this Jidoka concept in his loom machine. It's called the auto loom machine. You know the story of how we start the lean concept, right? So they are the first, their family, their first machine is the auto loom machine. The Jidoka came from here. That means it's around 19th century, like the first decade of 19th century from Sakichi Toyoda. His son is the one who start Toyota Automobile Corporation, right? That is where now you can understand how old this concept, right? It is almost 125 years old concept still we are using. That is growing, right? That is where we start this concept. And here is the Jidoka. Jidoka is something beyond the BIQ. We discuss in another separate course. Now here the first one. Example, I have taken from the lean.org website here. Now, these are the normal machine. This is the normal system. We face something and machine does some operation. Then when we develop this operation, like Prasanna now discussing here slowly, now here the feeding happen, right? The feeding, automatically feedings happen and it's get it here. Then when it's come to the sorry, my bad pronunciation, Jidoka, we have this kind of anden or the light. Actually, it is anden, no, we can have the supporting. And it's highlight if this input material and here doing something called operation. If something happen here, a defect comes, the machine automatically stop and highlight there is a problem. And automatic ejection. That means the defect part, take it out. Only the good parts go to the next process. That means this machine no need to have any people involvement or the operator involvement, and this is called simply called the Jidoka. And if I said is it Jidoka, it is little bit more about the Jidoka, right? So that is how it's the error proofing or the Jidoka method running in operation. And this is actually this Jidoka Toyota, they make this error proof for improve the safety and improve the quality. That is their major focus of this error proof method, right? Simply as I said, we have 2 courses for here, right? We have called the Certified Lean Quality Performer and we have called Certified Lean Expert. 2 courses we are delivering. These 2 courses we explain the pillar what we discuss here, Jidoka pillar. You will be an expert on lean quality, Jidoka pillar. Then simply how we can improve your product quality using lean concepts. That is what we are deeply discussing 2 courses. It's called the Certified Lean Quality Performer and Certified Lean Quality Expert course. And here all the Jidoka, what we do is that triangle, everything we discuss about these 2 courses, right? If anyone interesting, actually this is good for the quality people and the operation excellence or the lean people, normal people, it is not that much of important here. But the quality people, I think it's a very good tool or very good course to understand. Let's say, forget the course, very good tool if you understand about this quality, lean quality base, right? This is another separate course what we are using, right? Okay, before go to the craftsmanship, what is the assignment of the today's session? That is a mandatory assignment, right? So I will share you a format, right, with the example. Now what you need to do is you need to do a Kaizen related to the quality, not for the not for the other Kaizen, related to the quality. I will share you the and document this Kaizen and send us before 14th of, that means next week's Thursday. Please share your Kaizen. Right, I repeat again, what is today assignment? That's a mandatory assignment. Please go to your operation and do a quality related Kaizen Document it using the format we are sharing. I will share it today at the end of the class and submit it before the 14th of July. Right, that means next week. So that is.
That's night. It's 14th of August, not
Oh, my
July.
bad. No? Thank you. My bad. 14th of August next week, next month, right? Next week. Thanks for Yasir, thanks for highlighting. So that is our homework, right? This is a mandatory homework. Please do it, and we have only one more small assignment, right? Okay, so anything you want to ask before we go to the what you call next next one, craftsmanship? Anything, please? You can ask it. Then we will move into next one. Craftsmanship, very important area. Right. Okay. Anything about the 4 tools we discussed today? These are a little bit advanced. How we can improve our quality process. Any questions about the advanced tools, the Kaizen or the Six Sigma or the Error Proof or the PDC? No, we call the Devin cycle. Right. So these are the management tool. Yeah, Vimal, you can share your presentation and we can start. So until that, we will discuss. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically, the beauty of this, sessions, I think now you'll at the latter part of the program, you'll are learning a lot of tools and concepts, approaches. The most important piece is the connecting the dots. I think you all are mature enough to connect the dots. It is the important piece. Because at the end of the day, remember the initial sessions we did. So the roof, when it comes to our TQM house and the roof, basically what we are trying to achieve is the customer satisfaction and moving from satisfaction to customer delighting. So that's what we are trying to achieve. If we can do that, we know that our business will grow. What that means to us as individuals, when the businesses grow, you as an individual, you have a career progression as well. So that's very important for us to focus on these tools. So it's a continuation of the session. So we have half an hour to complete this session. I think we can do that. Darshan explain more about Fokoyoke error proofing. I will link the craftsmanship, how the link between craftsmanship versus the error proofing at the latter part of the presentation. So first of all, let's understand what this craftsmanship mean, right? So the definition, the detection of excellence through skillful operation, skillful creation, and thorough attention to detail to transform ordinary work into extraordinary result. I have underlined some of the key words here. You can see the detection of excellence is critical. Then skillful creation, another keyword. Then attention to detail and into transforming ordinary work into extraordinary results. So we know that everyone in the game, we want to be differentiate from the rest of the competition. If we are to be competitive against the rest of the world, there should be some uniqueness with us, right? So for customer to be with us, for us to win the customers, there should be something specialized in our product, in our process. So that's why the craftsmanship is very, very critical. I think most of you have heard the word, and today we will see the definition as well as how it impact on the customer satisfaction or customer delighting, right? So Darshan also mentioned some word, like you pick that up in terms of the people dependency, right? If the process is more depend on people, that means we have the end of the day, or our product will have a variation. I think you learn variation under introduction of Six Sigma also. So when it comes to the quality, it's all about consistency. You get a sample from customer. If you can manage your bulk production, whether it's 1,000 or 100,000 pieces, if you can manage your production, your bulk, with the minimum variation, so that's very important, and that's called again. I mean, we'll discuss about the equal and the craftsmanship difference also later. So that will help to improve your product quality as well as to win the customer, right? So the three factors will impact on the quality or craftsmanship is, one thing is the reducing the people dependency. Of course, the material selection is very important, and the inadequate preparation will lead to a quality issues. In the sense, in other words, we have to be prepared, basically pre-production process, material selection, and people dependency. Reducing the people dependency are the key factors we need to focus, right? So at the end, as I said, what I try to achieve, why we are doing this, to delight the customer rather than limiting to satisfaction level, right? When you go to the market, in the sense, when you go to shopping, I mean, you have different brands, different products. I'm sure you have experienced this. I am not going to mention the names of the brand, but you know what we are, reference to. Some of the brands, when you take those products, you will see there's a huge difference. Sometimes the same machine they have used, maybe a flat top or a flat sheet, maybe all-oak, but the neatness, the quality of the stitches, quality of the seams, the width of the seam, and the joints, in the sense, wherever it's crossing the seam, all these points, maybe there is no high-low. I'm talking about the apparel particularly. So perfect, right? Even the picture, you can see that, we are just showing. At a glance, you will see that there's the huge difference between, I mean, normal product versus this one. It's a finish, no edges, and every piece is almost everything is symmetrical. So this is what we call it craftsmanship. Any feedback on this? Any view on this team? What you know about the craftsmanship? Again, these definitions. Anything to be added? Are you with me, or any feedback?
Hello?
Yes. Please go ahead. Any feedback? Any different thought process, or anything to be added to craftsmanship? No feedback?
Why machine and method is not mentioned here? Because usually does it come under preparation, or?
Yeah, it's come under preparation. That's a good question, CK. The machine, obviously, FOMs and ISA particularly we need to take care of. But particularly we are talking about inadequate preparation, in the sense it's included in machines, CK. Machine and information also is part of the preparation. Thanks, CK, for asking that question. So moving on to the...
Yeah. Mr. Vimal, just to clarify, now the craftsmanship word, I have heard this word in the industrial revolution, right? The craftsmanship is the first stage. Then only the moving assembly line, and then come to the industry 7.3.4, 4.4, and 5.4. So what does it? What is the difference between that craftsmanship and this craftsmanship?
Yeah, craftsmanship, in the sense, it's just a mindset change still. I think particularly what we are talking about Japanese products. So before the Second World War II, Japanese products were not so popular, right? After Second World War II, with the Demins and the Durans approach, they put a lot of attention to their product, particularly on the craftsmanship point of view. When it comes to craftsmanship, it's the consistency. The consistency is the key word to ensure that in terms of the performance and the finish, or so all these aspects. So we will discuss about the aspects of the product. So all these were addressed after the World War II to improve their product quality. So that's how, I mean, that name came. In terms of craftsmanship, they focus on that.
Okay, so thank
Yeah. So in terms of features of the products, the craftsmanship, so these are the, of course, we are focusing on when it comes to quality also we are focusing, but these are, we are go beyond the equal limits, particularly in terms of, if I start with the performance of the product, whether it's apparel or non-apparel, is the performance of the product has to be perfect. Then the durability, right? Sometimes, appearance is good, but when you wash it, you can't have a couple of washes, then it's a different product and, quality deteriorated. Then the attention to detail is the critical one, as I highlighted at the beginning. Attention to detail is very, very important. Particularly, I'm again picking an example from apparel. Seam quality, as I said, the same machine, same seam, but when you take two different products, at a glance you can say this is much, much better than against the other product. Maybe the stitch count, maybe the level of sharpness or alignment, that level of details in terms of the seam quality. As example, Isuru, anything with regard to your product, particularly in the gas industry, when it comes to attention to detail, can you give some example? Because sorry for that, we are picking always apparel related examples. If we have to pick anything from non-apparel industries like gas operation, anything do you think that can you give some example on with regard to the attention to detail for you to be different? So who are your competitors? Do you have a competitor in your industry, Isuru?
So
No
can you?
competition.
No,
Do you have any
we do have.
competitor? Do you have a competitor?
Yes, we do have some.
Yeah, don't mention the name, but you have a competitor, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So it's all about the winning the customer, because we are just doing the we are focusing on this to grab the business in terms of sustaining the business and the business growth, correct? That's why we are putting a lot of effort to ensure that our quality to delight the customer. Why? Because we want the business, more business for us to sustain, for us to have a business growth. So that's why we have to focus on this, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In that case, Tirina, so give some example, because it's not fair. We always pick the example from apparel. I want some example from the non-apparel. Give some example in terms of attention to detail. How you can create some additional value compared to if I take your product versus your competitor product, me as a customer, how do I identify your product is more attention to detail? Which feature you can focus on that?
So,
is it a tough question?
In our industry, sir, mostly the attention to detail comes with the certification. So we do have a specific product certification called RHP, because that is given by the uh, Dutch company, and it's more European based certification. And obtaining that RHP certificate is it's not an easy task, because it's always look at the entire value chain, starting from the supplier to one product, and also the addition of the fertilizer. So because we are working with the micro levels of fertilizers, the accuracy of the fertilizer addition is the very key important factor for plant growing. So that is where we are very unique, and we have very robust control system for our product. That's why we are the only one who certified that RHP.
Thanks, Vidman. Thanks for giving that example. Then the safety, aesthetic, reliability. So those are the aspects of the craftsmanship. So in terms of, you know, you will wonder how we can achieve this craftsmanship in manufacturing. First, you know, is the acceptable quality level, which is, I think, most of you use the AQL, right? AQL standards, right? Then when you use the AQL standards, what that mean? What that mean is, when you say take a sample, say you take you have a say 10,000 pieces order, you will pick 200 pieces as a sample, where you will accept maybe 2 or 3 you know, depending on your AQL standards, you can pass, you know, 2 or 3 defects, you know, still is the shipment is acceptable, right? So that means by knowing there are some defects, maybe less than 1%, but still, you know, there are defects, you know, we are by allowing the AQL, we are passing defects to the customer. So those defective garment, the product, one consumer will use it. So that means there is a high probability to dissatisfy customer. So that's the downsides of the AQL system. Then when it comes to the zero defect culture, so I'm just trying to explain the approach. First, we need to look at what is the current. Okay, suppose, you know, again a shipment, independent body, independent team will come. This is what we are doing actually. This is what we did. Independent team will come and do the audit, and we will see how many pieces are within same standards we use, how many defective garments against the current standards, right? So this is the first phase, right? When it comes to second phase, what you want to understand is to ensure no defects based on the current standards, right? That's a different culture. It's a zero defect culture, right? Zero defect culture against the current standards, right? Against the current standards. You understand what I'm trying to say? Let me try to draw it. Say this is your graph. This is some defects are you are passing. That's the first phase. Second thing what we are trying to do here is all the products are within the customer limits. This is called the second phase. Third phase is, yes, customer limits are here. Your products are here. This is the last stage. These are the customer limits. But your product is well within the limits. So this is beyond AQL standards we are talking about here. And this is where, because you want to be differentiate, where others cannot reach to your standards. If that's the case, you have to be differentiate. When it comes to the first phase, this phase, I think if you have 10 suppliers, all are same because they are customer is given say equal 0.65 example 0.65 standards, so that means they know the same standards. So what's the differentiation? All suppliers, you are one of them, right? You are just one of them. If you want to be differentiate, you have to move away from this equal limits, beyond equal, and move to craftsmanship standards. When it comes to craftsmanship standards, as example, say in apparel, you have a measurement tolerance. Say for example, for leg opening, so you have quarter-inch plus or minus tolerance. As example, I'm just giving. You have plus or minus quarter-inch, but you will ensure all the products are well within the limits. So when it comes to the roadmap, as I said, first thing what we have to do is current standard. As I said, get the sample size, check against the current standards, how many defective products are there against the current standard. Then we have to develop we have to put different targets. Okay, even though you have equal targets, here equal limits, we have to check against the equal limits. Then you have to set the different target. Suppose your current defect rate is 0.5%, final defect rate is as just example. If it's a 0.5%, you should target say 0.2%. Okay, you have to come up with something to reduce. Then you have to ensure up until 0 defects. So you have to move away from this defect percentages to 0 target. This is the first phase. Then identify the key focus areas. Okay, if you have to go to the 0 defect level, what are the things we should focus, right? So basically, again, you have in apparel, you have a style numbers. So you have the most, repeating, or your maybe 80% of your volumes covered through maybe using 5 styles. I'm just giving numbers. Focus on those 5 styles. Go to the production, then understand what are the operations. You can't just focus on the 5 styles. Understand what are the operations currently having defects or deviations or challenges in terms of the operators are struggling. Maybe the mechanics are struggling to set up the machines. Right? So bottlenecks. So those operations, once you identify, then move to the style, then operations, then move to the what? Steps, process steps or motions. Darshan explained during his presentation, maybe the pickup is the problem. If you can, if the operator is struggling to pick and align the panels, so then we have to focus there, and we have to come up with a solution to reduce the people dependency. If you see someone is struggling to do this, that means there is a high probability to have a variation in the product. So that's why we are saying focus on those elements. If it's the pickup, or if the operator is struggling on sewing, focus on that sewing on that particular operation. You have to funnel it. Basically, you have to funnel it, take the style, then operation, then process steps, pickup process or sewing, or after dispatch or post sewing. If the dispatch process is struggling, we need to come up with a solution for that. So, and we have to use what? We have to use the POK error proofing, which Darshan explained, to reduce the people dependence, so that your product will be consistent. Right? This is the most important thin, because so we have to improve the consistency of the through the designing. Designing also, basically we have to start with the product development, so that during the bulk we can reduce the variations, right? So this is how we are recommending to focus, right? Then in terms of craftsmanship, so similar thing, similar way we can focus on the error proofing. As I said, identify the product styles first, then identify current struggling operations, develop error proof solutions, then we have to monitor the progress. How we can do that? Okay, as example, if you have 10 styles per season, I'm just giving numbers. Number of operations, say you will have, say, 150 operation. Out of that, you can monitor how many operations error proof. Say you have error proof 30, total operation 150. So as a percentage, how much? This is how we are monitoring at the moment. I'm just sharing the best practices. We are monitoring, whatever you monitor will improve. So basically it's 1/5. That means 20% is this season. So likewise, we have to monitor season wise, 20%, then maybe 25%. Likewise, we have to monitor how the error proof journey move towards basically, at least if you can reach to more than 50%, that means you are in a better position to reduce the people dependency. So this is what we are doing at the moment also. Very recent, I mean, maybe 1 year ago, we introduced this monitoring mechanism. We have a dashboards for separating. We monitor against the AQL how many defects are finding, because we have a third part separate team for that. That team is coming and auditing how many defective garments finding against the current standards. Then we monitor second as a second KPI against the craftsmanship level. Maybe a current standard is passed, but if we look at the craftsmanship point of view, it's a defective garment. If that's the case, how many defective garments are finding against the craftsmanship standards? Then the error proof levels, how many error proof? Those are the 3 KPIs we monitor, right? 3 KPIs we monitor. One, basically against the AQL standards, we monitor how many defectives finding as a third party point of view. Then the craftsmanship point of view, we monitor how many defective garments. Then the third thing we monitor is the number of error proof operations, because this is what we should do. Error proof operation as a percentage from development to manufacturing. So these are the 3 KPIs we monitor under craftsmanship. So in terms of service craftsmanship, basically same thing. I think if you are in a service industry, attention to detail is very, very critical. Every touch point we have to ensure no variations, right? Leave nothing to chance. So then the emotional intelligence piece is very important. We have to be genuine, and we have to understand the customer. We have to read the customer and serve the customer, right? So then technical proficiency. So those are the 3 areas basically we need to be careful when it comes to service industry. Just think of you are going to a hotel, and how they take care of you in terms of each touch point, in terms of the point you pick to up until leave the hotel. So every touch points need to be looked at. So basically these are some of the examples. If you have to be a differentiate, you have to be differently served, in whether you are in a hotel or whether you are in a hospital industry or whatever service industry. You have to be mindful in terms of the differentiation, attention to detail, and serving to the customer. So over to Darshana. We have 5 minutes to go.
Thank you. So thank you. Just to inform that our yellow belt, thanks for CK and thanks others. You have sent some people for the yellow belt program. We will start on Monday. So still someone wish to join this yellow belt, you have a time because this Monday is our first day. Last week we had a introduction session. I will share the introduction session video with you also. Then you can share it with the team. So, and we'll move to the second one. Vimal, we'll move to the next slide. Right. So we will invite you. That is for the in our language, Sri Lankan language. So this Saturday, that means day after tomorrow, 9 p.m. in Sri Lanka, 8 p.m. in Sri Lanka, sir, it's my bad. I do a session for the general public, how to develop your LinkedIn profile, right? To get a good job. Like let's say if job hunters are searching some professionals or some companies are searching some professionals, how you can make your LinkedIn profile to get their attraction. So that is the topic. So we will do is a small subject, small percent, 1 hour session, 8 to, it's a free in Sri Lanka time, 8 to 9 p.m. and it's in Sinhala language, not the English. So if you, any of your friends, you think they can join for this program and get benefit, please share this one to them. I will share in our WhatsApp group, right? It's a single language, it's free of charge, right? The most objective is how to develop your LinkedIn profile to attract more companies or job hunters, simply like that. And we will do it will be the Sri Lankan biggest free webinar, right? So already there are 800 people registered with us. I hope we can go more. So please share this one with the people because it's free of charge. This is our social service for the society, right? And it's in our language, Sri Lankan language. So that's the two messages. So any feedbacks of the day, no? So we can conclude within 3 minutes. We have 3 minutes. Before we conclude, so how you feel about today session? Because we are 3 days before the final, finish this course. Any idea? Any feedbacks?
Yeah, Mr. Darshana, today about today's session, actually very good. So your Kapoka actually we heard, but we got to learn in more thoroughly and detail. Good for thank you for you. And other tools
Thanks,
also,
Prasad.
PCDA, other things also we heard, but today we got some more learn and more things about this point.
Okay, thank you. So how about anyone, please? Thanks, Prasanna. We have 2 minutes to wind up. Yes, EK, please.
Darshana, this can you just brief elaborate on the the Kaikaku?
Kaikaku Kaisan.
Yes.
Right. So Kaikaku means big Kaisan. Let's say its example is like we have manual cutting and we are moving to a auto cutting. So that's a little bit some example for Kaikaku Kaisan. Because Kaikaku, we need investment. Now, normal Kaizen, we don't want investment and we don't want management support. Right. So Kaizen, normal point Kaizen, we can do anyone, right? Without zero cost or very less Kaizen, and we don't want management. But when we go to the Kaikoku, there are 10-step approach for Kaikoku also. And the major difference between normal Kaizen and Kaikoku is having management support with investment, and it's leads around 3 months to 6 months. It's like a little bit project. Now 5-day Kaizen is a 5 days. Kaikoku is bigger than the 5-day Kaizen. It's around 3 months to 6 months. CK. That's the major difference, and the approach also a little bit different because it's like going like a project management. Yeah, Vimal, anything?
Yeah, just to add to Darshana, CK, Kaizen in the sense is a evolutionary improvement. So it's an evolving process. Current process, we are just seeing how we can evolve it. When you say Kaikaku, it's a revolution. Right? It's a revolutionary improvement we are talking about here.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Thanks. Anyone, any more please questions or feedbacks of the day? So we are on time.
Yeah, thank you of Mr. Darshan and Savimal. I think Sir Vimal sir, remember sir, you remember me as when I working via Sleek line, we are arrange some check table, craftsmanship check table for top management team. Well, push for me, the make the tables and get the high score for the check tables. How to implement for the other MS factory also. I really remember now again. I really
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you, Rai.
Yeah.
So you refresh your mind. Okay. Right, it's 10 p.m. Thank you very much. We are on time. So we will meet next week and I will share you the WhatsApp, Kaizen format with the team. And please, you can fill it and share with us. And this LinkedIn session, please share with your friends. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend. We'll meet next week.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night, all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.